Good morning. Good morning. Hello, Andrea. Oh, thank you. That's what I was doing. I was sharing it out. The music ended too soon. All right. Let me just send it to a couple of groups and then I'll be done with the phone. Okay. There we go. Hello, Kathleen Caputo. And who else we got? Catherine Kovacs. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. All right. We get Leo queued up. There we go. How's everybody doing? It's Wednesday. It's prayer day. It's time for us to revisit our prayer list. I need to go ahead and add that in here. Oh, it's already there. Okay, good. All right. So let's do our heart brain. Go into our hearts, touching the heart center. And slow down the breath. And with your next breath in, just add that love. Add how happy you are to be here this morning with everybody. What joy this brings into your heart to just communicate every day with our P's. Be able to share how you're doing, what's happening in your world, and just see who needs an extra bit of love today. And then release everything else. Let go of any thought other than love. Love is, period. And just be that love. Be that light. Be the change that you want to see happening in your world. We have to be it, don't we? To see the change. So beautiful. Welcome, Deirdre. Hello, everybody. Okay, keep sharing it out because obviously we got either sleepy peas or or people can't find us, one or the other. So just share it with somebody and let them know to get in here. Maybe we want to reach out to our Auntie Jean or our Blue Jean. There's people that are missing, so let's share it to them and let them know we're here. And while we're doing that, I'll go ahead and read what the angels had to say last night. Let's get our Blue Jean in here. She needs to hear this message from the angels. She doesn't play enough. The message is the most wonderful fairy tale. Hi, Robin Waters Dykes. Thank you for being here. All right, so the angel message from last night, the most wonderful fairy tale. Life itself is the most wonderful fairy tale. That was said by Hans Christian Andersen. There's our Auntie Jean. Sometimes the most magical things can be found in unexpected places. We can be pleasantly surprised in any given moment just by being more observant of what is around us. I have been blessed to wake up to a mountain goat standing beside my car. I have witnessed dolphins jumping out of the water at sunset, and I've gotten a hug from many cats whose humans say they never come around when strangers are present. I've had miraculous experiences over the last few years on the road. At times, it does feel like I'm living in a fairy tale, especially when the fairies show up and let me film them as they did in Sedona and Vermont. Dear angels, we don't have to make up stories of magical adventures. All we have to do is open our eyes to this beautiful planet, and the magic will find us. Many of the sights I have witnessed are just, quote, too wonderful for words, as my friend Karen Palmer says. Dear ones, as you honor the Earth planet you live on, you will make of your journey whatever you want. It is the magic you are looking for. I'm sorry, I'm going to read that line again. If it is magic you are looking for, you will find it. If it is turmoil and chaos, you will surely find it. Do you not see that you can create your life the way you want it to be? We would say to you that you often stifle the blessings that are within reach by putting up walls of doubt. You say you don't believe in magic, and yet you are intrigued when there is a mystical occurrence that you cannot explain. Magic is in your perspective. When you let go of your expectations of how things, quote, have to be, then you will find the pleasant surprises. Look at life as though you were an innocent child. A child can see the magic happen when they blow on a dandelion or they hold a newborn puppy. We encourage you to start thinking about what can happen instead of what won't happen. Stop limiting yourself. Go out and catch the rising sun, and then think of what else could happen in your day that can match the magic event. Dear angels, today I promise to look for magic in my life. Do you make that promise? Do you want to look for magic in your life? Because, like they said, it's everywhere. All we have to do is open our eyes. There is so much magic. There's so much beauty in this world. And we don't have to create it. We just go and look. We open our eyes. We look out around us and see what's there. Good morning, Prachetta. Good morning, Leo. Good morning, Kathy Hand. And Prachetta says, Prachir and I kept missing your messages yesterday. That's all right, darling. It's all about divine timing. So you'll receive the messages when you receive them and when you're supposed to. There's no stress. And Prachetta says, I look for magic in my life. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and it's like losing the thought that it can't happen or it can't be. I have always been a fan of magic. I've always been intrigued by it. And when I sat and watched David Copperfield perform his magic show, my mouth was open, I think, the whole time. I was like, how did he do that? How did that happen? Because it's just amazing. That's the only word for it. And so are those things in our everyday life. So are they. You know, I was at the farm in Sedona. I was staying there for, I think, about a week. And I came outside to go to my car one morning, and I heard goats. I heard goats. And I look around, and I knew there were chickens, and there was a rooster, Rowdy Rooster, remember, that woke us up every morning? There were dogs and cats, but there were no goats to be seen, but yet I was hearing them. So I asked the homeowner, do you have goats? And she started laughing, and she took me through the gate to their little workshop, and I walked in, and there were these most beautiful goats. They were just looking at me with their big eyes, and they let me take all kinds of pictures of them that came right up to me. And it was amazing, and it was magic. So we never know what magic is going to be right there where we are. When, like the message said, if you just open your eyes, it'll find you. It'll show up in your life. Good morning, Annie. You're at the vet now to drop off Chewy. Well, we're all going to lift up little Chewy and pray for the very best outcome for him today. And I know it's going to be awesome and amazing. All right, I want to see what Kuan Yin has to say for us. So let's get that message going. And y'all check in. How you doing? What's happening in your world? We know that Annie's at the vet with Chewy. How's everybody else doing? What's going on? Whoa. She just flew that card out of the deck. It was not going to be missed. So obviously, that's our Kuan Yin card for the day. And it is the Divine Mother's Love. We just had this a couple of days ago. So obviously, she wants us to hear this message very loud and very clear. If we don't trust our divine connection, we can feel like a lost child, uncertain, insecure, and afraid. Yet, when that child knows that the mother is always there, waiting, naturally stepping in when needed, but otherwise trusting in the child's ability to live his own life, then getting lost for a time is just part of the adventure. It's not frightening, it is freeing. So anytime that something comes up for you and it feels like it's fearful, or you start to feel the anxiety in the pit of your stomach, just say those words. It is not frightening, it's freeing. I love that. Somebody type that in, because I think that's something beautiful for us to hold on to. Type that into the comments. It is not frightening, it is freeing. Wow, Kuan Yin. Beautiful, beautiful message for us today. And I don't see any more check-ins, so I don't know how you all are doing. Kathy, I know you're probably on your way to work. All right. So, good morning, Brookie. Am I not seeing all the messages again? Because y'all are very, very quiet this morning. I don't like it when you're quiet. Thank you, Deirdre, for typing that in. I know yesterday I wasn't seeing half of the messages here on the screen. And I'm like, oh, well, what's going on with everybody? Why are you so quiet? Julie Kiss, hello, darling. Getting ready for PT, the last one in New York, and then start PT in Florida on the 5th of March for 4 weeks. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, angels, for bringing our Julie Kiss to Florida. I cannot wait to get my arms around you and give you a big hug. Thank you, Julie, for just being you, and for it's going to be so, so beautiful just to get to see you in the physical, because you are so beautiful as we connect online. Good morning, Brookie. Hi, Dylan. Hi, Max. All right, let's do a couple of messages before we review the prayer list and go into prayers. And if you have anything that you need to add in there, let me put that up here so you can type in any prayers that you have. And if we need to add them to the list, then we can. Catherine, my cat George has an ear problem. Please pray for him. I'm a very worried fur baby mama. Oh, we certainly will, Catherine Kovacs. And thank you for letting us know. Robin, I went to visit Danny last week. Now I'm back with Mom. Have a potential kidney stone brewing. Not feeling the greatest. I slept for basically 24 hours when I got back, Monday through Tuesday. Well, let's put you in that prayer center, the prayer circle center. You're already on our prayers, but lifting you up for that, and don't own it. You know this, Robin. Just keep doing the affirmations. I am healthy. I am healthy. I am healthy. Okay, so Brookie, you missed Kuan Yin. Oh, it was a beautiful Kuan Yin. I'll read it again. Kathy, hoping the Divine Mother sends her love to Colin, and Archangel Michael speaks to Colin and gives him a sign that he is protected. I'm sure he will, darling. Just let it go. You know, you pray for something, you ask for a miracle, and it shows up. So you know that the divine is there. Just let it go. Have that faith, have that trust. Oh, sweet Julie Kiss. I know it's going to do wonders for my healing as well to be able to see you in person. All right, so the Kuan Yin card, I'll read it again for those of you who missed it. The Divine Mother's Love. If we don't trust our divine connection, we can feel like a lost child, uncertain, insecure, and afraid. Yet when that child knows that the mother is always there, waiting, naturally stepping in when needed, but otherwise trusting in the child's ability to live his own life, then getting lost for a time is just part of the adventure. It is not frightening, it is freeing. And Deirdre typed those words in for us in the comments because those are magical words. And speaking of magic, I guess you also missed the angel message from last night. So I encourage everyone to go read those messages. You know, I read them to you, but there's something great about being able to see them written. And last night it was about magic. So it's called The Most Wonderful Fairy Tale. And Brookie, I know you'll love that message. So I hope that you all will go into angelspeakers.com, go to the blog. It's the first one that'll come up for you. And it's all about the magic. So I hope you'll go read it. And Deirdre, thank you for our prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace and attention to human trafficking, and support for parents of addicted children. I would like to put on our prayer list the grant that I'm finishing up today, writing the proposal for. It's from AARP. And to get that grant would mean that we can get these programs off the ground, our Save Someone's Child and our Guiding Grace programs for parents of addicted children. If we can get this grant, I should say that, when we get this grant, we'll be able to put things into place easily, with ease and grace. And also there will be money for the Peace on Earth tour. So I was up until 5 o'clock this morning working on that grant proposal, getting everything in place, getting all the I's dotted and the T's crossed. And I'm just waiting on a couple of things, and then I can send it off. It's due tomorrow. So please hold that in your prayer. See it as a vision that it's already ours. It's already a done deal that Angel Speakers receives this purpose prize. That's what it's called, the purpose prize. And it's for our purpose of what we are all about and how we are making a difference in the world. All right, so tiny book time. And I'm making progress on midnight calls. Hopefully, what's today, Wednesday? I'm hoping by the end of the week that I will have good news for you, that I can send it to the publisher. I've been hard at work getting that thing edited and ready to go to the publisher. And good morning, Sally and Tony. Oh, thank you. You guys, it's a crapshoot. I never know when I wake up every day if it's going to be screaming in pain or if it's going to be not so bad. So yesterday morning I was awakened at around 4 o'clock with the pain. This morning it's okay. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's just okay. So please keep that in your prayers. Keep my brother-in-law, Tim, in your prayers, please. He is in really bad shape, you guys. He is in the hospital in Lexington, Kentucky. And my sister is there. Billy is there with him, sitting by his side. And just please lift them up for a miracle to happen. Whatever that miracle looks like, we know that it's all about whatever his divine plan is. Brookie, thank you for reading that again. Perfect message for this morning. I got through the rest of Mom's clothes last night. I already think we had a nice little divine intervention with something for our Maxwell. Oh, I'm sure you did. Thank you, Julie. Prayers for all in need. And only in Michigan will it be 75 degrees one day and snow, hail, and thunderstorms and tornadoes happen the next. I tell you, yeah, don't don't blink, right? Sometimes that's the way it is here in Florida too. It can be sunshiny and then all of a sudden here comes the rain. You just never know with that weather. All right, so Kathy wants page 82, and I know you're probably getting ready to scoot into work, Kathy. We'll keep Colin lifted up in our prayers. We'll keep your whole family lifted up, and especially Marlena. All right, page 82. This is funny because in the angel message last night, it mentioned a dandelion. So this message says, can you envision holding a dandelion and seeing it as equal to a diamond? This is the mindset necessary to become your bodhisattva self. Trust your intuition, dear ones, and you will lose the judgment and become only love. I love that message. That is so beautiful. And yes, it is a mindset. It is a perspective to see a button the same size as a mansion, because Abraham says it's just as easy to manifest a mansion as it is a button, right? They're equal in energy. So seeing the dandelion equal to gold or a diamond ring, it's just a mindset. That's all. So when we look at things in our life and we think they're so monumental, just keep that in mind. Everything is equal. So this too is equal to everything else. It's not a mountain that has to be climbed. Energy is energy. And there's no comparison. There's no greater than, lesser than. There is no hierarchy. So if you think that you're going through a monumental experience, just read this passage again on page 82, and it will show you. And I love the one after. I'm going to read that for you too, Kathy Hand. Speak softly, hug often, and love unconditionally. Beautiful, beautiful message. Robin wants page 54, number 2. So let me go there. It is time for you to tell a new story, one of freedom, hope, and love. Yes, Robin Waters Dykes, it is. So it's time to tell that story of perfect health, that story of how everything is working perfectly and how your life is just amazing and beautiful and full of fairy tales. As you look around and there's magic everywhere. Tell that new story. Tell that story until that's the story that every time you open your mouth, that's what we hear. We hear that. We see the magic in your life through the stories that you tell. Okay, so bad weather in New York. Well, I'm glad you're getting out of there, Julie. Kathleen, it is done, and so it is, because you deserve that prize. And Kathleen, thank you so much for a beautiful letter that you wrote regarding angel speakers and the things that we do in the world. You know, we are making an impact. I know we are. 3.5 years on the road. I know that there have been lives touched. And that's one thing that I wanted to ask anyone who is willing, if you would write out a little testimony. It doesn't have to be big or long. Just write a testimony. If your life has been touched, if it has changed or transformed in some way by angel speakers, by Morning Cuppa, Angelic River family, the P podcast, this show, chanting, if your life has been touched by the mission of angel speakers, I would love to have some testimonials, and let me know if it's okay to put them up on my website. because I want to have a testimonials page. So if anyone would be willing to do that, you can send it to me through Messenger, and I'll just copy it and I'll put it up on the website. I would love to have that and see your words of how your life has changed through this beautiful mission that the angels gave for us to do. And it's our mission. This isn't my mission. I don't consider it my mission. It's our mission as we go through this world. You are right there with me in every moment, everything that I do. And Annie, thank you for writing up your testimony too. Oh, love you so much, Annie. We're praying for our Chewy today. All right, page 66. Oh, thank you, Sally. Do I want to put Auntie Jean? I love you so much. All right, page 66 says, love fully and strongly. And at the end of the day, when the light fades, hold your loved one close in your heart and wail your morning song to let the world know that their life was worth honoring in all ways, in sorrow and in joy. You know, I've said this so many times throughout these years that if we are in deep grief over someone who has left their physical body, it just means that we loved tremendously, that we loved so deeply and so fully that when they're not there anymore for us to lay our eyes on and pick up the phone and talk to or hold their hand, it just means that we loved with all our heart. Never be afraid to do that. Never be afraid to love, because that's all there is, you guys. And at the end of the day, when we're ready to leave our body, that's all we take with us is that love. We don't take that diamond ring. We don't take that bank account full of the thousands of dollars or ever how much is there. We don't take the house, right? All we take is love. And I just love this passage because it brings that home. It just tells us, just love. Just love. That's all there is. Thank you, Sally, for picking that one. And Marietta, we've been preparing for our next adventure on Sweet Dreams. We just discovered a small hole in both engines, in both heat exchangers. We thank our angels that this can be replaced. Sweet Marietta. Yes, I'm so glad that you discovered it before you headed back out again. And I'm hoping I get to see you in March. Well, March is like in 2 days, but I am hoping to get to see you. I had a bit of a miracle happen with the medication that is going to be injected in my knee. So the doctor had ordered medication that was going to take 3 weeks to inject, 3 different injections over one. It was one a week. And something happened where that was delayed from the pharmacy. So I was able to ask if we can do the 1 injection instead of 3. There is another medication that's only 1 injection, and they didn't think that the insurance would cover it. So I checked with them, and sure enough, it will cover the 1 injection. So that's what has now been ordered. And as soon as that comes in, I can get the injection and start to be more pain-free. And I'm going to intend that that's happening more and more every day with all of your love and all of your prayers. And I thank you for that. I appreciate Sally wanting to offer a testimonial. And Auntie Jean, I just love you so much. Do I want a book? You are so cute. Kathy Ann says, thank you. I love that message because that is how I choose to live. Absolutely. And Marietta, perfect timing that we discovered this now. It sure is. That was angelic intervention, I believe, my dear. I really believe they pointed that out to keep you and Ed and Mr. Wiggles safe out there on the water. And I can't wait to hear your plans and what's coming up for you with that, with your next adventure. I love that. Kathy, you're doing the one injection in March. Good. Yeah, it's been ordered. I don't know how long it's going to take the pharmacy to get it to the doctor. And then, good to go. And I'll hopefully start physical therapy soon. I haven't heard on that end, but I'm sure I will. Today's going to be a day to turn all of that around. Let's pray for that. That today I'll get some resolution about what's happening there with the knee and get it up to par. All right, so any other prayer requests, go ahead and put them in. I'm going to pull up the list. And just remember, everyone on this list, people we pray for, people we care about, and people that our P's have brought to us and said, please pray for them. And we do. So I'll be reading that in just a moment. Who else? Our Blue, we want to definitely keep her in our prayers, keeping our Auntie Jean in our prayers, Catherine, Sally and Tony, our Marietta and Ed. So anyone who needs that uplifting, our Brookie, lifting you up emotionally, I know that could not have been easy for you going through your mom's things yesterday. So lifting you up, sweetheart, for the heart healing from dealing with that. Sally, prayers for the lost, the lonely, the forgotten, and for those feeling low energy this week. Thank you. Absolutely. So, like I said, please, I'm going to add in the grant. That's going to be a done deal. Like Kathleen said, it's done. And the money will be there for us to do the things that we know we have to do in this world. That's part of our mission of being on that Peace on Earth tour and bringing in information about human trafficking. I heard a horrible, horrible story yesterday, a real story from a mother that her and her daughter were in a shopping center and there was a black van that was parked near them. And they went into the store, and when they came back out, the black van was still there. And so they decided to go to a different store. And this story is important because this needs to be known. So they decided to take their time and, try to see if the van was going to leave. And then when they came out of another store, it had moved. So they decided it was safe to go to their car. But when they got to their car, another vehicle had pulled behind their car, and the lady was outside of the car, and she asked the daughter to help her to get something on the ground that had rolled up under the car. And the mother was very smart, and she's like, oh, I'll help. And so she made the daughter get in the car and lock the door. And when she got over to the car, there wasn't anything on the ground. And the lady got in the car and drove away. And then she saw the van was right behind her. So it was a near miss of a human trafficking kidnapping. And she said that this has been reported in the same shopping center. And they are keeping an eye now over this happening in the parking lot. So you never know. Just be wary, be aware as you go out and about and look and see what's happening around you, and be like that mom. Be diligent and aware of possible danger for your children, for yourself. There's many, many stories, and I felt like that one was one that needed to be shared because we all can be more aware. And that's our program, Save Someone's Child, where we're going to do educational material to help educate people on things like this, what to look for. So, all right, so let's do the prayer list before I talk the whole time away. Take that off. Okay, so if you have any changes to this, anything that we need to know about, please type it in and I'll see it so I can make the change. Let's pray for all of our P's for peace, praying for peace on earth, attention to human trafficking through Save Someone's Child, and help for parents who feel they don't have anywhere to turn when they have a child who's addicted. Okay, I'm going to have to take that off just a moment. Okay, so we lift up our Prachetta, Prachir and Goofy, Aunt Mina and Neil, Navriti, Jasmine and family, Abha, Billy and Tim. Please hold Tim close in your heart and hold Billy up for strength, please, and for emotional healing as she's there with her husband. Sheila and Kevin and their family, Gary, Loretta and Cecil and family, Nola, Joanne Castrillo, her husband John, and all of their family, especially that sweet baby Eris. I'll get to see him today. Elaine, Deirdre, and her daughter Danya and Thump the cat. Deirdre's sister and husband Adriel, Joni, and son John, Carl, and Viola. Tia Fernetti, Mickey, Suzanne Millard and her family, Jacob, Marietta and Ed, Raquel and Claude's family, Leo Harley and his family, Lakshmi, Ken, Jebby, Jim and son, Ryan, Ricky's family, especially our Josephine, Tom and Mary, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Lorio, Jean and Ron Lorio, and all the Lorio family, Mary Lou in Massachusetts, Catherine and Michael Kovacs and their family, Rosalind Good Vibes, Sally and Tony and Rose De La Rosa, Kathy and Bob Hand and all of their family, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and his wife, Pat Moss and family, Becky LaFave and Travis, Erica Hoppy and family, Corinne, Charlie Coons and his family, especially his brother and his wife. And I can take Abha off the list. Thank you. I will do that. Hope Wellington Marshall over in the UK and her son Zenna and daughters Montana and Iyana and her parents Winston and Cynthia, Trey Horn, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven and Grayson and little Chewy at the vet today, Cassandra and Destiny, Luz and her grandkids, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Micah, Oksana and her mom and all the kids, Herb, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and Paul and their daughters, Beata and her daughter Juliana, Dick Muse family, especially our Linda, her sons and grandchildren, Linda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and their children and grandchildren, and all the friends and family of Stacy's mom. They just had the beautiful ceremony for her this weekend. Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Jean and Dave and all the babies, Dolly the horse, Chance the horse, Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie Woodside and her family, Dylan and sweet baby Max, the Girardis, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Lillian over in Norway and her family, Kathleen Caputo, praying for total healing for you, Kathleen, baby Wyatt and baby Haven and baby Divine and all their families, Kat, Steve, Candy and Pastor Bruce, the Deerfield Valley in Vermont, Captain Corey's mom and her family, Alba, Dottie and Dawn, Grace Isis in Kenya with her family right now, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer and her daughter and mom, and Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine and John, Tammy Fisk and her family, Lori, Kelly, Rochelle Martinez and her mom, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson and her family, Jeannie's friends and Sister Merle, the area of Boulder, Colorado, Deb Goldberg and family, Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles and family, Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea and her family, Sherry Gatewood and her brother-in-law, Hanaya Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Terry Wilderman and her father, Mary Quincoli and her friends here in Florida, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Fidel, Camilla and Nick, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Viola, Kenneth, Bobby, Monsi, Kamal, Maddie, Akil and the Pakistan orphans, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Joseph, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pam Dite, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seekoff and Richard, Terry Gilstad, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Marianne Peace and family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Linny, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and her family, Sharon Boyle and Zoe, Carol Fisher, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Brookie's Aunt Jeannie, Sue and grandchildren, Maggie's mom, Gina Dawson, Janie Stamler, Claudel Jackson, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Robert Dosa, Miles and Sarah, Debbie Harrell Hawks, Carl, Chris Blake, Dante, Jerry, Kaylee, Trevor Jordan, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Michelle Landers and her family, Kagan and Wyatt Linder, Barbara Kaufman McGillicuddy, Joanne McCann New, Whitney, Jude Dalton, Karen Gibbons and daughter, Matt, James Schultz family, Julie Kiss and your mom Cynthia, Linda Kiss, Courtney, Lucinda, Ryan, M, Pat, Sophia, Aaron Parker, Angelica Kompemans, Peggy, Claire, Carrie Klingon Butcher and her family, Brian Hughes, Pat O'Connor, Zoe Charles, Erica Fagels, Yolanda, Selby Barnes, Robin Waters Dykes and your mom Jewel, Joey, Terry, Joanne and Leo, Sam, Matt, Charles and Nita, Yusha, Nancy Brodelsky, EC, Terry Newman, Jen and Norm, Keith, Joe H., Ollie the Cat, Marisol Soto, Cassie, and Robin. I don't see that Danny is on here. I don't know if he needs to be. And Julie says we can take Linda Kiss off. She's doing great. That is wonderful news. Deborah, Tyler, Chad Ehlers and daughter Mia, Dick Walters, Milton Carbajal, Tomas Diaz, Cameron, Boris Zoffman, Jacqueline Carbajal and David Reiger, Solby Barnes, Aud Barnes, Gunn Ellen Sundal, Vita Hammond, Maria Mitchinson Higman Simpson, Lisa Jo Davis, Jordan, Lydia, Benedita, Rebecca Seward Rickardson, Matt, Anjali Baha, Paula Graca, David Brett, the Rowland family, Colleen, Dylan Hickson, Richard Barnes, Cole Grayson, Jay Briscoe's family and friends, Robert Wallington's family, especially Ben and Joe, JT, Francis, Shauna, Danielle Riverin and her family, Annie's Aunt Carol, Chris and Natika, Elise, Kara, Pam, Christine and Ed, Charlie, Isaac, Jonathan and Eddie, Barbara and Diane, Kim, Peter and Catherine DeSanti, and I see you coming in here, Catherine. Welcome. Mary Jane in Vermont, Carol Caruso, Val Meyer, Tasha, Jocelyn, Linda Kraft and family, Eric and John, Darlene Ose, Paul G., Liam G., Pam, Yvonne and Vanya, Daniel McGraw, Minner Brunley, Lisa Longest, Rebecca Sherman, Joe Ketterer, Gabrielle, Ina, Joanne's mom in North Carolina, Donna, Courtney, Nancy, Tammy Greco's family, Bailey, Jacob, Mary, Brian, Lily the puppy, Wilbert and Cindy, which are Grayson's grandparents, Ron Mason, Gabby Forrester, the Vega family, Laura, Lisa Capola Matroni, Bobby, Elaine, Shiraz, Sharu, Sandy, Terry Funk's family and friends, Wyndham Lawrence's family, Adil, Laura, Evelyn Smith, Beatrice, Amina, Israel and any areas of conflict, the immigrants anywhere that are being abused, Ashley Miller, Ellen Swilly family, Brother Wayne Redden's family, Alina, Susanna, Lana, Tom Freeney and wife Linda, Grace Anna, Kim Coles Ventnor, Linda Lemieux's nephew Kobe, Shoshana Sebring, Ilana, Stephen, Keith, Uncle Tony, LP, Adam Holmes, Bob Smith, Chris, Christina and Clint, Janine, Heather, and Kim. And I believe that is the end of the list. So if there's any of those that we need to be aware of, that there's been a change, please let me know, and we'll adjust the list this week. Please speak to me clearly, Lord. Open my ears to hear your voice. Open my heart to commune with you more deeply. I want to feel your loving embrace. Open the doors that need to be opened and close the doors that need to be closed. And let's say this together. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. We lift up all these prayer requests. We lift up everyone that's here today and all of our families, praying for the very best outcome of all our prayers. Whatever is for the best and highest good, let it be so. And we thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. All right. It's that time. We know what time it is, don't we? So let me get back to the, get back to you guys. And oh, thank you, Sally. You're going to start us off there. And thank you, Robin, for those updates. I will make note of that. And here's what we do now. We love on each other. Thank you, I love you. Those are the magic words. We spoke about magic from the angels last night. This is our magic when we come on every morning and we share love and light with each other and some gratitude in there. Thank you, Sally and Tony. Thank you, Deirdre. Marietta, a sweetheart lady and always with a smile, because spirit magnifies incredible loving energy. Thank you, Catherine. And my sweet friend Kathleen, I love you so much. You kiss, getting closer to being able to see you. Thank you, Leo, for this song. Namaste, y'all. Auntie Jean, I'm so glad you were with us this morning. Robin, welcome home. Andrea, have a beautiful day. Annie 7, let us know how little Chewy did at the vet. Thank you, Deirdre. Namaste to you too. Thank you, I love you. Oh, thank you, Julie Kiss. Day of awe and wonder. Let the magic happen, right? Accept, align, allow. Triple A, y'all. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on the high five because the Triple A. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning Cuppa full of joy every day. Just start the day on the high five because the Triple A. Morning Cuppa full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Thank you, Robin. All right, Deirdre is ready to help out our Leo. Anybody else? We help at the end of the song. Just because we can, because we love our Leo. Oh, sweet Auntie Jean, I don't want you hurting at all. All right, we're getting ready. Here it comes. Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all for being here. 1 o'clock today, I'll be back with the World Peace Meditation. And on Saturday, we have a healing circle. So if you haven't been to our website of 10 million for world peace, I encourage you to go there and sign up for that healing circle. It's going to be so beautiful. 1:30 on Saturday, we will be gathering to do some energy healing. We'd love to have you there. So stay in your hearts, stay blessed. I will see you later. I love you so much. Namaste, y'all. Bye, everyone.